Whether you're jet setting for soul care or bonding beyond borders, Black Family Travel gets you there with style, culture, and intention. Proud sponsor of Raven Radiance, where beauty journeys begin. Scan the QR code to book your next adventure. Follow Black Family Travel on Facebook.
Welcome to Raven Radiance, your glow-up guide to Black beauty, bold wellness, and cutting-edge care. I'm Ashley Stevens. In this episode, artificial intelligence meets afros, grooming goes luxe, and self-care takes center stage as the key to everlasting well-being. Let's get radiant. This women's hair and beauty segment is sponsored by Build Beyond with Latanya. She's a divinely powered strategist, storyteller, and spiritual leader who can assist you, your church, or your business build beyond convention, build beyond the ordinary, build beyond natural limitations. Latanya helps individuals and businesses reach and exceed their goals to build beyond. Now let's talk tech and texture. For generations, Black hair care has relied on intuition, tradition, and trial and error. But now, artificial intelligence is rewriting the rules. That's right. Platforms like MYAVANA and Hair Days are leading this evolution. They use advanced algorithms and machine learning to decode the unique structure, porosity, and needs of Black hair types, from 3A to 4C and beyond. These systems analyze strands through high-resolution imaging and data collection, offering personalized recommendations for products, regimens, and ingredients that work best for you. MYAVANA, for example, combines scientific analysis with community insights to deliver a hair care plan that's not just smart, it's culturally intuitive. Hair Days merges AI with real-time journaling, tracking your hair's behavior across different routines, climates, and styles. Think of it as your daily digital hair diary backed by science. So this isn't just innovation, it's liberation. AI is giving us the power to know our hair, not just feel our way through it. In addition to the Black AI products already on the market, Black Girls Code and The Do have launched the Black Beauty AI Challenge, a first-of-its-kind opportunity for girls and young women to use AI as a tool for self-expression, creating original videos that reflect how they define beauty, style, and culture. So if you want to learn more on how ladies as young as 13 can win up to $1,500 in cash prizes, scan the QR code or follow us on social media. Our handles are on the screen. Now, you know we couldn't talk Black hair care without bringing in one of the true innovators of the industry. She is the founder of Too Groovy Salon, Atlanta's go-to destination for holistic hair health, natural styling, and timeless beauty. With decades of experience, Robin D. Groover has transformed not just textures, but lives, utilizing techniques rooted in science, soul, and self-love. Today, she's here to share how technology, tradition, and her signature approach are changing the way that we care for our crowns. Please welcome the fabulous Robin D. Groover. Hello and welcome.
Thank you so much. What an introduction.
I
was like, who's that lady?
Well, listen, thank you. We're excited to have you at Raven Radiance.
Thank you.
You are truly a trendsetter in this space. And for our audience to get to know you a little bit better,
Absolutely.
You are the founder of the award-winning Too Groovy Salon and also the chief hair officer for MYAVANA. So tell us what you do in each of those roles.
Okay, first of all, as the founder of Too Groovy, we are 22 years old.
Wow, congratulations.
And it has been a very quick but fulfilling journey. And who knew that Too Groovy would be a whole adult by now? And with that, finding a place and space during a time where relaxers were the number one service and coming out with a natural hair salon that did not do relaxers. Forever, I was the crazy lady. Like, what are you talking about? Because I started transitioning people in 1997. Wow. And it was about the health of the hair, not rather or not to do the service. So it was a natural evolution of innovation. And speaking of innovation, that's where Chief Hair Officer comes in. Because I wanted to know, how do you stay relevant in beauty? How do we continue to grow? And we were at the peak of our business during this time. We were serving 700 women a week.
Whoa.
That is a lot of women. And during this time, I just knew that the industry was going to change. Nothing like that lasts forever. And so I always talk to God about everything. And so my question was, how do I do this? He said, what gave you your most success? It was the ionic technology of tools. It was the blow dryer and the flat iron. During this time, no one was using a blow dryer and flat iron in black hair care. And so, little known fact, I actually created the silk press. And it was called the silk process in my system. How it became popular when I opened the salon, everybody had to do hair like me because I was on the road teaching. So I made a quality control decision that actually turned into innovation in the industry. And that was an aha moment. So I just want to share intellectual property is so important because when you don't know, you don't know. That was one of my learnings, and I tell everyone your techniques are special. And so with MYAVANA, when I asked God, I was like, it was technology. And he said, that's your answer. I said, well, I need a technology partner because I believe in partnership and collaboration. And it was very clear, call MYAVANA. I had done projects with them before. I had no idea who phone number I was texting out of my email. And Candace Mitchell, the founder, answered the call, and she was like, what is Robin Groover doing calling me? So I asked her, I said, do you do technology for other companies or just your own? She said, let's go to lunch and talk about it. We've been together ever since. That was over 10 years ago.
Wow.
And during this time, I was really looking for a way to create a digital asset for my consultation. So remember, all of the women, that meant a lot of stacks of paper. And I was like, oh my goodness, where are we going to put all these files? And so I was like, what if the consultation system started out with the digital aspect? And that's kind of how we actually started the system called the CARE system.
The CARE system. So thank you for that background and history.
Yes.
And now I know that Robin D. Groover is to thank for my fabulous silk press when I get them, because it has been the wintertime or they won't last.
I don't have one, so definitely understand.
Understand. Well, listen, I'm interested to know how does the science of MYAVANA, impact your day-to-day role owning a salon and managing the health of hair?
Well, one, starting out with the aspect of the software system holding records. So it's like your medical records for hair within your business, which we know that data and being able to build and develop from the data really gives you precision in your strategies. So that's step one. Step two is we came out with our first hardware tool, which analyzes the condition of the hair. Because the methodology is, if you know the texture, the type, and the condition, you have all of the information that you need in order to start on your hair journey and reach your goals.
Got it. This is really interesting to me that, blending science and hair care. What's one of the biggest discoveries you've learned about Black hair since using MYAVANA?
Your hair is unique as a fingerprint. That part is so true because if you even have a set of twins in your clientele, there are nuances within the hair that's very different. So your physical changes, your chemical changes, the DNA, your curl pattern, it could be small, medium, or large. It's just complex and it's fluid.
That's interesting. Your hair is your fingerprint. It's as unique as your fingerprint.
Yes, absolutely.
Really unique. Listen, AI is already here. Some folks may be apprehensive to embrace it. So what would be your advice, particularly to Black salon owners who may be apprehensive about utilizing AI, utilizing data collection for hair care plans for their clients?
Do it. Just do it. If you think about it from a standpoint of tools, and you're only as good as the tools that you use. And it is such a revolutionary. Just imagine not being able to look for something without Google. AI will be the same tool needed in our just everyday life. Do not fear, because divine intelligence is the root of good artificial intelligence.
That was powerful. Divine intelligence is the root of good artificial intelligence. Powerful words by Robin D. Groover,
Thank you.
founder of Too Groovy Salon and chief hair officer at MYAVANA. Robin, where can folks find out more about you and what you do?
Okay, so where am I located? I love to say I'm everywhere and nowhere at the same time. However, myavana.com, when it comes to technology and beauty merging, to Groovy Salon. We're in Midtown Atlanta here at www.toogroovy, TOOGROOVY salon.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Keep doing what you do. And we are so glad that you were radiant and raving with us on Raven Radiance.
I love it. Thank you so much. I
Absolutely.
appreciate you.
From nourishing natural beauty to grooming greatness, Robin D. Groover set the tone. And next, we'll level up the conversation by envisioning a space where Black men are celebrated, elevated, and styled to perfection. Stay right here because I'm going to chat with Lorenzo Jackson, one of the masterminds behind Hammer and Nails in Midtown Atlanta. Now, this is not just grooming, it's gentlemen's therapy. This men's hair and skin segment is sponsored by the Morehouse College Human Rights Film Festival. By promoting, understanding, and appreciation of the world of culture, artistic and creative expression, and commitment to global issues and social justice, the Morehouse College Human Rights Film Festival is an exciting opportunity to engage the college and connect with filmmakers, humanitarians, social justice organizations, and festival attendees from all over the world. Robin Groover just dropped some gems on us, y'all, on how to nourish your natural crowns. But beauty and self-care don't stop there. Now we're taking that conversation from coils to cuts and into the heartbeat of Black masculinity and style. Meet Lorenzo Jackson, a visionary and co-owner behind Hammer and Nails in Midtown Atlanta, a men's grooming salon, a men's grooming lounge that is also redefining its barbershop experience. So let's get into how Lux meets legacy and why this is not your grandfather's fade. So when it comes to self-care, Black men deserve a space designed with them in mind, and Hammer and Nails delivers just that. This isn't your average barbershop. Think elevated grooming meets curated comfort, leather-bound chairs, precision cuts, and an atmosphere built for relaxation, conversation, and community. Lorenzo Jackson and Tara Scott have redefined the grooming game in Midtown Atlanta, where every visit feels like therapy with a fade. So let's hear from Lorenzo Jackson, co-owner and one of the visionaries behind Hammer and Nails Midtown Atlanta. Hello and welcome, Lorenzo.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I've been excited to hear about Hammer and Nails because let's be honest, grown and sexy is an understatement. Tell us about the vibe of Hammer and Nails and what sets it apart.
Really, it's just a dope vibe. When you have a concept that allows men a space to get all of their grooming needs done under one roof, and I'm talking haircuts, shaves, manicures, pedicures, facials, all in a man cave environment. You have it's luxury atmosphere. You have great services, great conversation. You can get your favorite drink from the bar. What else can you call it but dope? And when you talk about coming into Hammer and Nails and what sets it apart from your typical barbershop, is really the experience, right? When you go to a barbershop, you're going to get your hair cut. When you come into Hammer and Nails, it's really supposed to be an experience from, what's your favorite drink, right? To what you want to watch on TV. So that experience is what sets us apart. And you're supposed to receive that every time you come in our doors.
Love to hear it. So listen, the Midtown Atlanta location that you co-own with Tara Scott is now one of 5 franchises in Georgia developed by Rich Jones. It's among a national roster of Hammer and Nails locations. So how did you get involved with Hammer and Nails broadly and also just in men's grooming specifically?
Yeah, well, Hammer and Nails came about as part of a couples trip that my business partner and I, Tara Scott, have gone on for years, and we take our wives with a couple of other couples. And this particular year, which was actually the COVID year, we were all tasked with bringing an entrepreneurial idea to the couples trip so that we can think about investing in it. I brought some ideas, other couples brought ideas, and Tara Scott had actually seen Hammer and Nails on Shark Tank. And when he got up to do his presentation and present Hammer and Nails, probably 2 minutes into it, I had heard enough. I didn't want to hear about my idea. I didn't want to hear about anybody's idea. This is what I knew we were going to do. So he and I started working on it, and it took us a while to get it going, but we finally did. And then men's grooming, Hammer and Nails seems to be something that kind of came out of the blue, but it's really, men's grooming is something we've been involved in our whole lives. Mm-hmm. My dad has owned barbershops and beauty salons growing up. One of our mentors had a very popular barbershop in our neighborhood growing up, and Tara Scott worked there sweeping hair and doing certain things throughout his teenage years. So men's grooming is something that we care a lot about, and we've really been involved with all of our lives.
Love it. So you're not just new to this, you're true to this.
This is true.
I love to hear it. So listen, Lorenzo, what are some common misconceptions about men's grooming?
I would probably say the biggest one and probably the dumbest one is that, it's not manly, right? People think that when you get these things done, it's feminine. When did taking care of yourself become something that only, women could do, right? So, men's grooming and self-care, it's really a very smart thing to do when you consider the health benefits involved in it and really just feeling good about yourself, right? And the second misconception I would say is that, women don't like men who do these things. And it's really the opposite of that, the exact opposite, right? A lot of our first time guests that come into Hammer and Nails come in by way of a gift card that was purchased by a woman in their life, be it a mother, a wife, a daughter, a niece, whatever it may be. They're purchasing these gifts for men to come in and experience some self-care and men's grooming. So it's really the opposite. Women love men who take care of themselves.
Got it. I love that there's a self-care element and that the women in some of these men's lives are also stepping up as well.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned, we were chatting about the unique experience about Hammer and Nails. Are there a mix of women and men who are groomers and barbers and stylists at the salon?
Well, in our location specifically, Midtown Atlanta, we have an all-female staff. So we really want men to come in and get that full man experience. And our barbers, our barbers are females. Of course, our nail techs are females, and they're all top notch. They do a great job. Our barbers, their attention to detail is second to none. So when you come in there, you're going to get a great experience, a great service from both our nail techs and our barbers.
That's really cool. Really cool. Well, listen, are there some top men's grooming trends right now?
Yeah, it actually is. I would say facials are probably your top one. And then they just feel great. You can probably come into our location every day and find a man sleeping in the chair getting a facial because they feel that great. Second, I would say beard grooming. These days you have a lot of men with these big beards, and they're really taking advantage of our beard grooming services, right? They're getting it trimmed, they're getting it washed, conditioned, using beard oils and balms to really help those beards look good and grow in fuller and more healthy.
Got it. So thank you for sharing those trends. And those sound like good ones for men to keep up with. And I want to build off of that. Why should men not just groom themselves regularly, but pamper themselves as well?
Well, pamper is not a word that I would use personally. But the bottom line is that we as men, we carry around a lot of stress on a daily basis. So, we're professionals, we're leaders of the family, we're coaches. So it's important that we take time out for ourselves to make sure that we're looking good, make sure that we're taking care of our mental health and our overall well-being.
Got it. That's very important. One question I wanted to close out on, it looks like in addition to being business owners, you also make an impact in the community and you speak at career days to students and schools. Why is it important for you and your partner, your business partner, Taurus, to speak to the younger generation about entrepreneurship?
Well, we really just want to show that, anything is possible, right? It's not, entrepreneurship is not an easy journey. Right, but it's something that can be accomplished if you plan correctly. You get all your ducks in a row and you do things how it's supposed to be done. anything is possible, and that's what we want to show. We come from a place where, two Black men getting a location in Midtown Atlanta, you just don't see that all the time. So again, we want to push that message forward to the next generation and show them that anything is possible.
Love to hear it. Thank you, Lorenzo Jackson. Where can folks find out about Hammer and Nails Midtown Atlanta?
Listen, you can follow us on IG at Hammer and Nails Midtown ATL. You can call our location 678-932-9044, or you can visit us online at hammerandnailsgrooming.com. Navigate to locations and go to Midtown Atlanta, and you'll find us there.
Love to hear it. Thank you for sharing this story with us, Lorenzo.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad to have you here with us on Raven Radiance. We've seen how Hammer and Nails is elevating grooming for Black men, blending style, swagger, and sanctuary. But wellness isn't just skin deep. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, we'll be shifting from clippers into full body wellness, where skincare meets tranquility. Stepping into the world with Siobhan Salon. She's a powerhouse behind Skinfinity Aesthetics, where the primary focus is creating an environment where relaxation and results meet. We'll explore the balance beyond the beauty when we return. From tailored grooming to elevated self-care, Lorenzo Jackson reminds us that wellness starts where we feel seen. Now we're grounding that energy. Siobhan Salon, owner of Skinfinity Aesthetics, is redefining what it means to care for ourselves, one treatment, one ritual at a time. Whether it's a rejuvenating facial, a skin therapy session, or a moment of stillness in a serene space, she's creating a haven where beauty and balance meet. Let's step inside and see how Skinfinity is helping us glow from the inside out. Meet Siobhan Salon, the visionary behind Skinfinity Aesthetics. As a licensed esthetician and wellness advocate, Siobhan is passionate about helping clients achieve radiant skin and inner balance through personalized care. From advanced facials to holistic skincare therapies, her sanctuary is where beauty meets self-care. Today, she's here to share how Skinfinity is redefining well-being, one glow up and one glowing face at a time. Hello, Siobhan, and welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me.
I'm so glad to have you here. And for our audience at Raven Radiance, Siobhan and I met more than probably 15 years ago. We were both living in New York City, and she was a makeup artist on a shoot that I was modeling at. So I'm just curious, and I've been so excited to see your elevation and your growth over these years. How did you transition from when we met doing makeup to overall skincare and aesthetics?
So when we met, you met me on set. However, my corporate career was in mental health managed care. And so that's where my wellness experience started. And I was using makeup artistry as a creative outlet. Fast forward a few years, I got burnt out from corporate, and I wanted to know how I could establish a career where I could utilize my skill set and something that felt more purposeful. So aesthetics was the natural transition for me. And I went into aesthetics thinking, oh my gosh, I loved how I felt when I did makeup artistry. I loved that moment when people see themselves. And I wanted to do that from an aesthetics perspective where people can look at their skin and feel beautiful on their own without the assistance of makeup. So aesthetics truly has been a blessing because I feel purpose-driven by it.
I love that. And being purpose-driven is incredibly important. And I guess that leads us to Skinfinity. When and why did you found and open Skinfinity Aesthetics?
So I opened Skinfinity back in September 2017. So we're coming up on 8 years.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. Why did I found it? I wanted a safe space for us, right? Somewhere where we can luxuriate in a beautiful environment and not have to code switch, not have to be anything more than who we are. So a safe space.
A safe space. Tell us a little bit more about that safe space, because you often talk about that. I keep up with your social media, and you see folks literally laying on the table and they talk about, and you don't hear them, but you describe that they're talking about a lot of their life's issues. So how do you cultivate a safe space at Skinfinity?
Confidentiality is key. So this is much like when you go to your healthcare provider. I want for my clients to lay their burdens down, lay their bags down, come and fully relax out in the treatment room, stays in that treatment room. But also, there's a rapport that's built with your service providers of any kind, whether it's your barber or your nail tech or your hairstylist. We become like a pseudo therapist or a safe space for people to talk about their lives outside of the realm of their, daily life. So when you come and speak to me, it's safe because I want to listen first. And I think people just want to be heard. And when we deal with and talk about whatever is on your heart, whatever is on your mind, then everything just starts to work together with the outer beauty matching that inner beauty. So I love to listen and I love to provide wisdom and guidance where I can, if asked. And if it's just, I want to rest, I'm going to put you to sleep. If it's, I am stuck and I want to figure out next steps, we can talk about that with life coaching or business coaching. But if it's anything more than that, listen, I got your back.
I love that. You got our back, you got our face, our skin, and our heart. That's what I love about you, Siobhan, and Skinfinity. Really, like you said, purpose-driven. You're pouring all of your education, your expertise, your drive, and your passion into everything you do. Just on the practical side, tell us about the services that you provide at Skinfinity.
Okay, this is probably my favorite thing to talk about. All of my facial treatments are customized. So you're getting an individualized personal experience with your facial. And even though you come in for my basic facial, I've been told it's quite elevated, okay? So we're gonna have a great time. I'm gonna make sure that we incorporate results and relaxation. Those are the R&R that I want you to feel, right? And so in addition to those customized facials, I offer microneedling, chemical peels, now's the season, dermaplaning, waxing, and in the future, we will be combining some mental health aspects such as vibrational acoustic sound table, so you can get a guided meditation treatment. So yeah, it's an environment where you can get everything done in one spot.
I like that. A one-stop shop for R&R,
Yes.
which is
Rest and relaxation. However, my version is results and relaxation.
results and relaxation. I love that. We love that at Raven Radiance, results and relaxation.
That's another R&R.
That's another
we love
R&R.
that.
Well, Siobhan, listen, I've also been seeing you returning to school or just returned to school. Is that right?
I am. I probably needed a hug, but I'm going back to school. No, I after 8 years of spending time in the treatment room, clearing people's skin up or just, working in an anti-aging environment, those conversations that we have truly have affected me deeply in a way that I feel like I need to give more. So my background has been in managed care, so I have the corporate experience, and then 8 years in wellness fixing skin. And then the future for the full circle moment that I feel that I'm moving into is to provide counseling. So I'm going back to school for my second master's in clinical mental health counseling.
Congrats.
So I have that clinical experience when I am talking to you. So in the future, if you do want to utilize this place as your safe space, we can incorporate counseling, talk therapy with touch therapy. So I'm hoping those two instances can combine and create a full experience.
Where can folks find out more about you and what you do?
Yeah, so on social media, Facebook and Instagram, you can find me at Skinfinity Aesthetics, and on my website, skinfinityaesthetics.com.
In today's journey, we explore the power of self-care through an unapologetically Black lens. Black Hair AI isn't just a tech innovation, it's a cultural safeguard, preserving style, identity, and ancestral artistry in every algorithm. Then we turn to men's grooming, where wellness meets masculinity. Barbershops becoming a healing hub, and self-care becomes community care. And finally, we embrace the essence of self-care, not just a trend, but a transformative practice rooted in rest, ritual, and reclaiming our time. At the intersection of tech, tradition, and transformation, we're witnessing a revolution in how we heal, how we look, and how we live. This isn't just a conversation, it's activation. And you can take action to make sure that you don't miss the next episode of Raven Radiance by liking and subscribing. So I'm Ashley Stevens, and we'll see you next time.